Hey everybody, it's another cheap comic collector $3 claim sale, and it's got all kinds of good stuff.
Step right up to the comic show. Got cheap thrills and you won't outgrow. Yeah. Flip through pages, let your mind just flow. Smooth. Get your fix, it's the place to go. Yeah. Welcome to the funkiest spot. Hey, hey. Cheap comic collector giving all we got. Ooh-wee. Dive into the tale, superheroes hot. You feel me? Click that subscribe, let the fun hit the spot. Woo. Collectors unite, grabbing deals tonight. Every frame's a gem, bring your dreams to light. Shine. From the golden age to the modern flight. Yeah, yeah. Cheap comic collector makes it all just right. Welcome to the funkiest spot. Woo. Cheap comic collector giving all we got. Come on. Dive into the tale, superheroes hot. That's right. Click that subscribe, let the fun hit the spot. Got them heroes, villains, sidekicks too. One now. Each page turn a new world view. Snap, laughs, gaffs, stories, fresh and true. Hey there, stick around, we got more to do. Welcome to the funkiest spot. Oh yeah, cheap comic collector giving all we got. Let's go. Dive into the tale, superheroes hot. Come on. Click that subscribe, let the fun hit the spot. Woo!
All right, here we go. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Appreciate that very much. Saturdays, 12:45 Eastern Time. This video drops. It's a $3 claim sale every week. We go through a long box of stuff that I've deemed $3 worthy. So what that means to me is that I need $3 or it's going in my collection. Some of the issues I'll admit I already have, but basically that's the criteria. If I like it, it goes into the $3 box. If it's just a run of the mill issue, then it's usually in the $2 sales. Although there's been some good stuff sneaking through there too. Um, and it depends on condition. It depends on various things as well. But for the most part, I mean, there's only $1 difference. But uh, anyway, if you're new, this is what's going on. $3 claim sale today. You claim in the comments. It's free shipping if you get 10 books or more, but you can build your stacks up over multiple shows. There's over 30 stacks building right now that different people have claimed. And I ship when you tell me to, unless the stack gets high enough where I just need to ship to make room. I can usually probably do around 100 comics before the shipping gets crazy, because once you hit 20 pounds, it just skyrockets. But before that, the more comics you have, the better it is for me, because the money I make if I don't have to spend as much on shipping. And that's pretty much what's going on. Monday through Friday, we do a $2 claim sale. It's only about a half hour long, but there's I'd say about a short box, a little less than a short box every day of comics for $2 a piece. Same deal, free shipping. Doesn't matter if it's the $2 or the $3 show, they all count towards the free shipping. And that's pretty much how it works. We're going to start off today with Mad magazines. I still have some left. And so I want to give you guys another chance at those. because I know a lot of people were like, when I started showing them a few weeks ago, people were like, "What? You got Mad magazines?" And I had just showed them before that, not too long ago. So a lot of people missed them, I guess. Um, and I do have a long box to go through as well. The vast majority of this long box are new books I haven't offered before. There's maybe a stack of this many that are repeats just to fill the box for the show, but everything else is you haven't seen it before for sale on my channel. So uh, that's what's going on. It's a variety of books. There's no theme today. It's whatever's in there that I got in. And I'm going to switch over the camera and we are going to go ahead and get started. And once again, thank you so much for being here and supporting me and my mom. Because without you guys, none of this works. And there's Mad Magazine now. We got more trash from Mad. This is see a number. More trash from Mad. 1958. Our price 50 cents. Could this be the first one? Hold on one second, guys. Gonna more trash from Mad. No number. 8 pages. Yeah, it is. It's issue number 1. Holy smokes! Wow. All right, if you're looking for value, here it is, guys. $3 for. If this was in mint condition, it's like a $400 book. That's according to Overstreet's price guide from last year. It's not in mint condition, but even in like good condition, it's like an $18 book according to that. So, it's got wear, it's got whatever. And I think one of the reasons it's worth that much is because it's got this color section inside that I think reprints like a story from the original Mad comic. I'm not sure about that. They didn't do a real good job of telling where if their stuff was reprints or not. But I do believe this one. I think the more trash from Mad specials were basically reprints. So I got a Gunsmoke takeoff in there, some comic strips, good stuff in all of these, just especially the older ones. But this one is definitely worth getting. And nobody's gotten it yet, and this will be the 4th time I've run it. Nobody else knew what it was either. And I don't have my lighting right. Let me get that light on there. Sorry. Get rid of the glare on this side. There we go. And then this is Mad Special number 6. It's got 1967 on this one. It's got, I thought that was where, but it's not. It's part of this picture. Gringo's Eye, number 16 in a series of 25. Collect the entire series and you've got an exclusive 16 giant color pinup. Next issue, number 17, Ringo's Other Eye. Oh, there you go. 16 magazine on the back. And it said something about stickers. Mad Mischief stickers. See if they're still here. And you don't see any stickers. So the stickers are missing on this one, which is probably normal for most things. But I know some of these that I had still had the inserts and things in them. Here's more trash from Matt. This is number 6. It was an annual. And they have a 16-page full color bonus in this one. which is missing. Don't see. Yeah, it was one that had a comic book in it. You can see where somebody tore it out. Um, and again, that's normal for these, but there's a lot of good stuff in here. I'm just flipping through so you can kind of see the condition of the pages and you know uh, whatever you want to call it, the whiteness level. Although under my lights, to me, the pages look a lot whiter on camera than they actually are. Here's Mad Super Special number 11. It does not have this record, which it was supposed to come with. Somebody wrote on the cover of this one, and there's definitely creases where the fold in was used. And there's some dog-eared pages down here folding up on itself. Boredom 12 instead of Adam 12. I never thought that show was boring. Although I guess I kind of did when I was a kid. I don't now. So a couple more dog-eared pages there. Mad peek behind the scenes at the phone company. Got some more comic strip takeoffs. And Gall in the Family Fair. IT. Here's a good one. Crazy Magazine. I didn't think this was in this box stack, but oh well. Too late, I showed it. Crazy was printed by Marvel, and there is some Marvel satires in this issue. This is number 28, August 1977. So it's just basically Marvel's Mad Magazine, you know. It's a 2-page spread in here of the superhero convention, and then and other stuff as well. There's not a whole lot of Marvel in this one, but to take off on the Donnie and Marie show, and so on and so forth. So, cool stuff. The Totally Crooked Mad Super Special, fall 1987. 96 uneven pages of slanted articles from past issues. And you got a Fold In Fanatic Award where you can post your own picture in there and be part of the fold in. That's cool. The Crockford Files. It's more comic strips. I used to love comic strips at Mad. All done by the usual gang of idiots. Spy versus Spy. James Bond, the spy who robbed me. No, the spy who clubbed me. Another lemon issue of Mad. This is number 279 from June 1988. In this issue, we stink up Fatal Attraction and Designing Women. So this one's a little bit later from the 80s. But they didn't go full on modern yet. Here's one from 1988, number 278. These are obviously because they're newer in a little bit nicer condition. And it's something I should mention condition about the sale too. Since it's a claim sale, I don't really have the time to go through the books like we were doing during the auctions. So basically, I'll show the front I'll show the back and basically consider the condition average for how old the book is. I'll try to point out anything major that I know about it, if it's got rips or tears or water stains, things like that. But for the most part, if you can pause, take a look at the book, kind of use your own judgment. Three Men and a Baby, Beauty and the Beast and Broadcast News, number 280, 1988. Great cover there. Crocodile Dundee 2 and Rambo 3 in this one. It's number 283. Here's a cool Christmas Easter cover from January 1988. It's number 276. Number 277, 1988. I think somebody asked me about this one, and I said no, I didn't have a Michael Jackson cover, but I apparently wasn't looking in the right stack or something. We changed the logo for this one. Here's a baseball one, Double Dare, Star Trek, baseball cards, and Elf's Cat cookbook. It's number 282. Let me see if the baseball cards are still here. If they were even real baseball cards or... No, don't. Oh, cards are on the back. All right. So they weren't actually an insert. And here's a recipe for garlic Garfield. Number 271. This one's got spine splits on the front and bottom. Star Trek 4, Equalizer, Bruce Springsteen, and Pro Wrestling. Number 271. Stardate June 1987. Mad Super Special, number 25. Somebody scribbled all over this cover. I blame Spirograph, although it's not a Spirograph. And the Don Martin rock music posters are not in here. There is a pretty funny Pinocchio satire in the front. But yeah, the posters are not still here. And somebody wrote on the back as well. Here's one, Aliens cover. Aliens, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and The Karate Kid. This one is number 268, 1987. And it's got definitely some creases and things running through the covers. Mad Headroom, 1987, number 269. You can see how beat up this one is with all the spine ticks and things. So, anyway, Celebrity Madballs, Hulk Hemorrhoids, Michael J. Zitz, Mary Lou Retna, Madonna, Veiny White. Yeah, they kind of stretched it on that one. It's not all that funny. All right, so those are the Mads. There's more, but most of them are quite modern. If you're interested in those, drop me an email. I'll be happy to send you a list. And let's get to this box. Let's see what we got in here. All right, these are mint. Free Comic Book Day Blood Type from EC Comics. This is the new EC Comics. Some people like them, some people don't. Swamp Thing number 1 variant cover, very cool. Darkwing Duck number 1. This is a very Gary Comics exclusive variant. Art by Ryan Brown, and it's number 321 of 600. So only 600 copies of this. Although I believe they did the same cover in a Virgin variant. Star Wars Crimson Reign, number 3, variant cover. Great Star Wars cover there. That's cool. New Teen Titans, number 24. This one's cool issue. Let me take it out of the bag so you can see it better. It is worn. It is not mint. These first 4 where I would consider mint, but this does have wear on it. It's still really nice, but you can see some like a line over here and stuff. So it's just I could probably press that out now that I have a press, but I can't press everything. I'll open it up so you can see the color of the pages. Basically, everything is all here. I do guarantee everything I sell to be complete. Here is number 18, and it's about the same deal. It's worn. It's got a couple spine ticks on it. You can see how like wrinkled up this cover has gotten from people loving it because it's Marv Wolfman and George Perez, well worth loving. But hey, when sometimes you need that issue to finish a series, and these are great reads. And there is some kind of little smuts up here. That might come off. Let me try. Get out the old Absreen. Yep, that's coming off. Not sure what that was. It was just kind of something kind of stuck on there. Some kind of gummy substance. Next up, we have New Titans number 60, Lonely Place of Dying Part 2. And it's in pretty nice condition. Most of the stuff I'm seeing, I believe, is on the bag. There's a little wear around the top edge there. Could definitely use a better bag and board. We'll lose that one. And all the comics I sell do come bag and boarded, unless you let me know that you don't want them bag and boarded. I do reuse the bags and boards that I get in, so the quality of the bags and boards vary greatly from really nice ones like this one to pretty much falling apart. I look at bagging and boards them as just protection during shipping, and so forth. So this is DC Comics Presents number 57, Superman and the Atomic Knights. And that one's pretty much in mint condition as far as I can tell. Here's Batman, $499. Obviously, this label is on the bag. And yeah, all the scuff marks I'm seeing are on the bag, so that looks minty as well. Here is Batman 500. This one does have some wear on it. You can see where, because it's so thick, it kind of got messed up a little bit along here, somewhat. But if you don't have this one, it's very cool. This folds out to this, and it's kind of weird because this is actually continued on the inside back, right? So this fold out is the back cover with just this part missing. So they did this very strangely. But it also has postcards. It's got a Batman postcard in the front and that postcard in the back. And this one does have some wear on it, like I said, but very cool issue. If you like the gimmick covers, this is a cool one to have. Next up, we have, and I did offer these before. I was really surprised nobody grabbed these. These are Walking Dead trade paperbacks. This is volume 20. I don't know how many issues one of these reprints. I don't know if it tells. I don't believe it does. But there's a lot of pages in here. This is quite thick. And so that's number 20. I'll also have number 7. This one does have a spine tick on it. Volume 17 and volume 22. Oh, there's a page got folded over inside of this one somehow. So that one's got a page that's been dog-eared pretty badly. Darn, looked to be really minty condition otherwise. Doctor Strange, number 6. Got a little spine wear on that. And I'm not going to harp about condition too much because, like I said, they're usually average for the age of the book. So keep that in mind. We've got Justice League of America 198. I will show you the cover. And just kind of flip it open so you can see the level of what the pages look like. We got Iron Lantern crossover between Green Lantern and Iron Man. Supposed to be a Marvel crossover thing happening later this year with Deadpool and Batman, Green Arrow, Daredevil, Wonder Woman, Captain America, and Crypto and Jeff the Shark. That's what I read. Here's Wally the Wizard, number 2. Some Star Comics goodness. Pretty decent copy. Got a little wear around the staples there. DC Comics Presents number 40. This one's got some stress. You can see the stress lines here coming off this around that top staple. Got bent or something. But hey, you got Superman and Metamorpho. Weren't they just in a movie? I believe they were. Another DC Comics Presents. This is number 61, Superman and OMAC. Gorgeous George Perez cover, homaging Flash of Two Worlds a little bit. So pretty cool. Legion of Superheroes, number 270. This says just kind of general wear on it, but there isn't really any spine ticks in there. Oh, there is one right there. Sometimes I see stuff under these bright lights that I don't see otherwise. Another DC Comics Presents. This is number 60, Superman, the Guardians of the Universe. And of course, the Green Lantern Corps is present as well. Here is Claw the Unconquered, number 9. Look at there. Great cover. This is from 1976. And it's got the Green Machine on the back. Another DC Comics presents. This is number 55. Superman Airwave and Superboy and the original Airwave. Batlash from 2008. This is number 1 of 6. Great character. I haven't actually. I don't believe I've read the new series. But this was written by Sergio Aragonis. I don't really know how to say his last name. I apologize. And John Severin doing the art, including the cover. So great art in here, and just cool. Yeah. Marvel Fanfare number 41. Beautiful cover. This is a fun series to collect. Dave Gibbons cover there, and it's got a back as well. By the eternal Vishanti. No. And yeah, if you've never collected Marvel Fanfare, you need to check it out. There's some wonderful things presented in these pages. And they had pinups and things as well that they would do. As you can see, just great stuff. Yet another DC Comics presents. This is number 63, Superman and Amethyst, Princess of Gemworld. So if you have the complete series like I do, you might want to check this one out because she didn't have that many appearances really during her original run. And of course, she first appeared in Legion of Superheroes as a preview issue, so you need that one as well. This is another DC Comics presents. This is number 50, Superman and Clark Kent, plus a bonus 2-page pinup of Superman and his 65 co-stars. Now, why are there 65 co-stars when it's only issue 50? Well, buy this issue and find out. There's the pinup. Count 'em. Count 'em, it says. I don't wanna. The Draft, square-bound one-shot from Marvel. And every time I show this, somebody tells me that this is something to do with something, and I don't ever remember by the time I show it again. Justice League, Cry for Justice, number 7. Great series. The art in this is phenomenal. I mean, look at that. The whole series is like this, and I don't know. I haven't actually read it yet, but the artwork, it just blows me away. Just great looking stuff. And here is Supergirl Annual 1996 number 1. Pretty sure she's got a movie coming out in a year or so. And then one of the things we started doing is if I have a complete set, I ask that you buy the complete set. Um, just because a lot of people will pick up, certain issues, and then the rest of us are just kind of left stranded. This is 1, 2, and 3 of Justice League: The Nail. Alan Davis, Mark Farmer. This is number 3. This is number 2, and this is number 1. But I just noticed all this chipping going on the side of this, so I don't know what the heck happened here. Number 2 has a little bit of that as well, so it may have gotten scraped or cut with a knife or something when they open a box or something. Who knows? Um, so if you want the full set of those, 2 of them are pretty badly damaged. You have $2 an issue instead of 3. Just remind me in comments if you claim them, and because yeah, if I had noticed this, they wouldn't have been in a $3 sale. They would have been in the $2 sale. I know why nobody's been getting them. You guys probably saw it, and I didn't. Batman number 403, 1987. And I'm not sure when we're going to hit all the new books here. I know we started out with a few new ones, but I definitely have run the Justice League: The Nail before, so I think we're still in the ones I have run before. Here's Uncanny X-Men Annual 2000. And again, these are $3 claims. Free shipping for 10 or more. You can build your stack up over multiple shows. And we do shows Monday through Friday with $2 claim sales. And then we do this one on Saturday at 12:45. The times are Eastern. The Monday through Friday shows drop at noon Eastern. This is Detective Comics 875, obviously. And then, the newer ones, I don't really need to show the insides. They're slick paper. They don't really fade this quickly. So here's an old Classics Illustrated, Silas Marner by George Eliot. 15-cent version of number 55. The HRN is 154. There is a bit of a tape snag on the back with a big rip in the middle of this back cover. So they not only snagged it, but then it ripped the cover when they snagged it. This is why I stay away from tape. Tape gets removed from my bags. I do not ship them with tape on the bags unless I've just never opened the bag. But this has got wear around the edge. But Classics Illustrated. This is, if you're collecting them, this is pretty much the shape you find them in for the most part. Big crease across here, little tears through here, and so forth. So, but it is complete. The corner is here, just fold it over. So you got multiple creases on the corner as well. Here is Iron Fist Lenticular. Don't quite know what the point of having a lenticular is if you're just going to recreate the exact same scene with a different artist, but there it is. And that's what, Iron Fist 73, 14. I don't know which is which. It's hard to tell on those. Here's Spectre Annual number 1 with Spectre, of course, and Deadman. And I'm sorry if I'm kind of rushing through. Got a lot of books to go through, and you can always pause it to take a better look at something you're interested in. Planetary Authority Ruling the World. Square bound. Uh, I guess people have taken to calling anything square bound a trade paperback. I don't normally do that. I think this is not like reprints. This is just a one shot. But pretty much everybody that I buy from, if they're a dealer, they're like, "Oh, it's a trade paperback," and then I get it, and it's like, "This is not a trade paperback." Batgirl variant cover number 47. This is a cool one. Batman and the Joker sitting on top of each other. I'm surprised that's still here too. I'm not sure when the new books are going to kick in, but it seems like it should be just about any time now. Micronauts, The New Voyages, number 10, and I don't know that I'll recognize it when they do either. I should have put like a little note in there or something. Here is Sleepwalker Holiday Special, number 1. Doesn't look very Christmassy. And here's an oldie but a goodie, Chip and Dale, number 48 from 1977, using a spider web as a trampoline. It's got a little bit of a rollover, not a huge one, but it is pretty worn. You can see all the wrinkles in it. Looks like there's a tear up here, but there isn't. It just looks like there's one, um, because of all the crinkles. I should try and press this one if nobody gets it. There's a little chip missing out of the front cover right there. Just to see how the press does with those kind of wrinkles in it. This one's pretty bad, really. Still learning how to press. I'm doing pretty good. Here we have Ghost Rider Annual number 2, Mercy. Nice cover. It's from 2008. And we're not seeing the whole comic, so I'm gonna move these off. And we'll show some more goodies. Starting with Micronauts, The New Voyages, number 12. Please like and subscribe, just like Goofy says there. Appreciate that. I've been losing subscribers like crazy lately. Every time I gain one, I lose 5. At least that's what it seems like. I also have a nice copy of Walt Disney's Comics and Stories number 520, back in 1987. This one is from. All these wrinkles are in the bag, they're not in the comic. Highly recommended the Disney comics. They're a lot of fun. There is a little bend down here on this corner. Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. This is number 219, 1976. And this has got my label on it from my collection, so that tells me I had 2 copies and did not realize it. And I should take this one out of the bag, just show you, because it does have like a crease going through it right here. You can see it where it was creased. And as long as it's complete, I always offer you guys the better copies. So this is probably quite a bit nicer than the one I kept. You see a little thing up here where it got dented in a little bit. It's got a Mike Grell cover. He also did the art inside. Jim Shooter on the writing. Jim Shooter's first writing gig was Legion of Superheroes, I believe. They hired him when he was 14, I think the story is. Of course, he just recently passed away. Here's Karate Kid number 5 from 1976. Again, was in my collection, but I had 2 copies apparently. Because this isn't one I would have given up if it had been in my collection. Here we have Fantastic Four Annual number 1. Got Doctor Doom cover. You can see him silhouette back there. Don't know what's going on with Valerie. She's not looking too good. Hanging out with Uncle Doom. And here's Green Lantern number 104, 35 center from 1978. Denny O'Neil writing. Mike Grell did the cover. Gorgeous cover. Look at that. So awesome. Black Canary looking fine. Somebody put a stamp on the back that says Haslams. Whatever that is. Or means. I don't know. Steve Englehart's Coyote, number 4 from Epic Comics. Telling the origin of Coyote, it looks like. Shazam, number 2 from that 4-part miniseries that reintroduced him after Crisis. Shazam, A New Beginning. By Roy Thomas and Tom Mandrake. Here we have Action Comics, number 584, the first issue after the Action Comics weekly experiment was over. Kind of became a DC Comics Presents, where Superman just teams up with everybody you've ever heard of. First issue by John Byrne, Dick Giordano, and featuring the new Teen Titans, of course. Took me a while to find my copy of this one. This is one that people kind of keep. It's got a subscription card in there, still intact. All right, next up we have Shadowhawk, number 3. Had a few copies over the months that I've been selling the comics. And this glows in the dark. Most people don't know that. You find these in a dollar bin a lot because people don't realize that it actually glows. These windows glow, and then all the white on the outline of the gargoyle and the character glows, and then the whole image logo on the back glows as well. So very cool. It looks really good in the dark. So if you think that's a cool cover, wait till you turn the lights off. We got Superman number 362. I think we're still in stuff I've already ran, so I may have overestimated how much of this box was new, but we're not even halfway through the box yet. So there is some creases down here in the corner, like the corner got bent up a little bit, maybe you know standing up in a box or something at one point in time. Alpha Flight Annual number 2. A little corner bend up here that needs to be pressed out if you can, if you care. Most of my customers don't actually care. They just want to read them. As long as it's in decent shape, they're fine. So if you're looking for near mint stuff, you're in the wrong sale. I will say that. I do occasionally have some near mint stuff, as you've seen, but for the most part, it's just trying to make comics affordable and fun is what we're trying to do here. Fury of Firestorm number 22. This one, let's have some little corner issue down here, just a little bend in there. That was a fun series back in the day. Doctor Strange number 71. Check out the UPC code when we get down there. It's a picture of Doctor Strange. Isn't that cool? I assume that's a working UPC code, but I don't really know. There's a little rip in the back with a fold over there. Another kid's book, Mickey and Donald. This is number 15. It was always fun to see them on a cover together, since they rarely appeared in stories together, at least in the comic books. Got Mickey Mouse and the Phantom Thief, reprinted from 4-Color 261. That's the lead story there. Here's another Classics Illustrated, The Man Without a Country by Edward Everett Hale. Number 63, 15 center. HRN number is 165. And a lot of spine wear on this one, as you can see, but it's in a little bit better shape than that other one, I think, although it does have a rip up here. You can see all the spine wear in here really bad. And you know what? I'm not sure. Yeah, it feels like part of the picture has been rubbed off or something. Somebody rubbed this like it was a scratch off ticket, the way it looks. I thought at first that was just part of the cover, but there's also a little bit of staining up here from something. So, I already have this issue, or I would grab it, but I am trying. I do grab Classics Illustrated when I see them if I don't already have them. I'm not really worried about what edition it is. I just want a complete set of the stories. The Adventurers number 2 from Aircell. If you're not a fan of this series, that just means you've never seen it. You've never taken a look at it, because look at this art. I mean, this is Savage Sword of Conan worthy art. It's very cool. And for an independent back then, that's awesome. Here's a variant cover for Wonder Woman number 68. Beautiful drawing there of Wonder Woman. Skipping rope in the sky or whatever she's doing. Who cares what she's doing? She looks good. Man of Steel #2. I wonder if I have enough of these #2s to put one in every long box that I have. I bet I do, because it keeps turning up. This one's got a bunch of crinkles in it, little creases and stuff going through there on the back. So, Huey, Dewey, and Louie Jr. Woodchucks #36. This one looks to be in fair condition, except for it's got these marks along the top here. Otherwise, for Junior Woodchucks, it is not in bad shape at all. I mean, it's definitely got its wear. Could use pressing, probably. I haven't really tried to press those kind of things out of anything yet too much. Because to me, they don't need it. It's fine, it's readable, and so forth. But that's just me. You may have different ideas, and that's okay. New 52 Futures and Green Arrow lenticular cover. Very cool. It's fun collecting the lenticulars. I gotta say that. Some are impressive. Some are just kind of like this one, where it's just okay. But they're fun. Here's Uncle Scrooge from 1976. This is, if I can read my writing, it's 132. Yes. Uncle Scrooge with the Fabulous Philosopher's Stone. So this reprints a classic Karl Barks story inside. And I believe that cover is by Karl Barks as well. Yep, there he is. Researching how to even get richer. Great story. Who has more money, Uncle Scrooge or Richie Rich? Here's Richie Rich Success, #68 from 1976. And this one looks like it's in really nice shape too for a Richie Rich. Old 35 center. Very flat. It does have a couple little bends in the corner, but nothing major. Again, kids' books in really nice condition are hard to find. A little bit of an ink stain or something up here. Dye stain, maybe. Yeah, it's got a dye stain on it. And so it's always fun to see one, that's in really nice condition like this. Just most of them are more like these. Here's another Shazam: The New Beginning. This is #1. Coming out of the pages of Legends. That was a fun miniseries. And here is #2 again. So there's two #2s in here. Oh, I got a full set here. Okay, hold on. So we got #1, #2, #3, and #4. So unless you only want #2, please claim that full set, because I'd rather keep the set than break it up. Justice League International #1 from the New 52. This is 2011. And here is a square bound JLA Wildcats. by Grant Morrison from DC and Image. So back when Image still had Wildcats. 1997. Can these 10 people stop Epoch, Lord of Time, from annihilating two universes? Well, buy the book and find out. Here is Nightcrawler number 4 from his limited series. These don't come up too often. At least not in where I buy books from. They don't. Like the little BAMPs down in the UPC code. That's cool. Oh my, what's going on? DP7 annual number 1. Seen people picking these up like crazy on a claim sale recently. I was like, what the heck is going on? They had like the full series, and people were. There was more than one person trying to get them. It was just like, what? And I'm not talking about the annual. I'm talking about the regular series. This one's kind of rare, I believe. Conservation Corps from Archie Comics, Archie Adventure Series. This is number 2. And this is the cover. This isn't like the pages folded over. That's the cover. There's a lot of creases and wear on this one, though. You can see all the wrinkling going on in this one because, once again, it was a kid's comic. And that's how you find them. X Factor Annual number 1. A few spine ticks in this one. Definite big crease there. I think this begins the new comics right around in here. I know this was a newer one. Beetle Bailey, Charlton Comics. This was from the Complimentary Copy series, and it is number 73, 1970. Unfortunately, it has a water stain that runs through the book at the top. You can see it. See it through here. Especially over here, you can notice the line right there. It goes all the way up through here. But hey, look at the cover. Of course it's water stained, right? It's all Beetle Bailey's fault. And you can see it on the back a little bit too. You can see how this got damaged here. See that staining again right through here. And it does go through the whole book. It's on the inside pages as well. But it is complete. It's not, seriously, not in that bad a shape. It's not wrinkled. It's just stained. So actually cleaned the tanning at the top of the book where the rest of the page is tanned. That's funny. It's funny to me. I don't know what to tell you. The complimentary copies were given to the Marvel basis, right? That's why there's no price on it. Marvel basis, the military basis. Jeez. Here's a Fantastic Four number 401. Not sure what this is doing in the $3 bin. It's probably in with the other books, and I just said, what the heck, Fantastic Four movie's coming out, might as well throw it in there. Legion of Superheroes number 275. I always thought this was a fun cover. And I always thought it was funny that there's the space pirate lady just dresses the way she does with that hat when it's supposed to be the future. It's just this one's from 1981. Here, Marvel Universe Monster Hunters #6. Richard Stern doing the writing. Who can save mankind when the lizard men attack? This was a fun series that got canceled way too soon. They had a series of Monster Universe issues, and I think they did some Invaders issues, and then that was pretty much it. They canceled the title. And it was like, oh, those were fun. Why did you do that? But that's what happens with the titles I like. They all get canceled mostly. New Teen Titans #14, Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. Um, George Perez wasn't doing it at this point because he was busy with Crisis on Infinite Earths, of course. This is Eduardo Barreto doing the art honors on these at that point. And speaking of EC Comics, here is Panic #12. Now, this is not the original, of course. This is a reprint, but it's an older reprint. And it was from 1999, and it was one of the ones from Gemstone Publishing. And you got Charlie Chinless. House Hunting. Heartaches of Joliet's Groans. That's based on a old comic strip. The Heart of Juliet Jones, I believe, was the name of the comic strip. And A Tragic Air Command, photographed by VastaVision, starring Jimmy Stewart and June Alican. So that's a takeoff on the old Jimmy Stewart movie. And here's All Star Squadron #7, one of my favorite series of all time, featuring characters you've probably never heard of unless you actually read All Star Squadron. And this one's A Christmas Story. Nice. Here is All Star Squadron #6. Oh, that one got a indentation. It is not ripped through, but it's definitely got bonked with something there. The indentation goes into the next page on the inside. And here's World's Finest Comics #295, Superman Batman with the Moon Dancers. Really nice condition. Little bend there at the top, but the front looks really nice. There's a little couple spine ticks in there, but sure presents well. And we were talking about the first appearance of Amethyst earlier. Here it is, Legion of Superheroes #298. And you got your regular Legion of Superheroes by Paul Levitz and Keith Giffen. And then in the middle, you have your free preview of Amethyst, Princess of Gemworld. Ernie Colin doing the art. Good stuff. And here's another All-Star Squadron, number 8 this time. Johnny Quick, Liberty Bell, Hot Girl, Shining Knight, and Robot Man on the cover. And featuring the sensational return of Steel, the Indestructible Man, which confused the heck out of me that they made another Steel for back then, because this was supposed to be during World War II, and they had a current day Steel in Justice League, and it confused me. It's one of the things that didn't make sense to me. Was why they wanted to introduce that character into there. Here's Adventure Comics 468. This one's a little beat. It's got several little rips up here at the top. You can see them. But still a good read. Should have Steve Ditko art on Starman. And you can see how it looks on the back there. It got, yeah. Looks like the top got wet. Possibly, yeah. Yep. So, yeah, definitely, yeah, this is not very good condition. That's too bad. Batman, Little Gotham, number 4. This isn't what I thought it was when I got it, because sometimes when you're claiming during a sale, you only have like a split second to choose something. I thought this was just a variant cover, like, in a Scotty Young type style or thing, but they did a whole series of this apparently. Here's Dazzler, number 27. And that's not supposed to be in there. That's a gift for somebody. And not going to show it because I want it to be a surprise gift. Latigo Kid Western, number 1 from AC Comics, for a normal gunfighter of the West. Probably black and white, yep. Red Mask story in there as well. And from Charlton, the Iron Corporal. This is number 23. Uh, Kolchak, Tales of the Night Stalker, number 2 from Moonstone. And here is number 4. New Teen Titans, number 29, with the Fearsome 5 in there. Great George Perez cover, bringing Speedy back into the fold. Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes, number 244. The Circle That Crushed the Earth. The Dark Circle. This is a 44 pager. This is DC did that for a little while when they changed the price to 50 cents. They added extra pages. Infinity Inc., number 41. Another fan favorite written by Rascally Roy Thomas. Batman, number 573. This one I got by mistake. I read my list wrong. Thought I didn't have this one, and I did. This is basically a mint copy. Sergeant Rock Special, number 3 from 1989, reprinting classic stories by classic creators. Knights of the Round Table Illustrated, number 8. I know Knights of the Dinner, there's a couple of fans out there of Knights of the Dinner Table that attend my sales, so I usually pick these up when I find them. Haven't seen a whole lot of them lately. And I think they prefer the regular Knights of the Dinner Table series, but there's this one as well. Here's another Kolchak Tales of the Night Stalker. This is another number 4, so this is just a different cover for this issue. So same issue. This is cover A, this is cover B. So if you claim this one, let me know which cover you would like. Or if you want both of them, we can do that too. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Nervous Rex, number 1 by William Van Horn. Fun series, very much done in an animation style. If you're familiar with William Van Horn's Donald Duck work, and you like that, you will like this, definitely. A lot of fun. The Nam, number 9. What if Thor and the Avengers battled the gods? It's number 25, 75 center, square bound. Well, no, it's not square bound. Sorry, felt like it was square bound. I guess it must have a little bit of a rolled spine. It does have some spine ticks in there, especially towards the bottom. Some little. That's weird. I don't know what that is from. But in the back cover, there's 4 holes right there that are. Uh, I don't know. They don't go into the book. They're just in the cover. It's just odd. So this one's kind of worn, but you don't see these very often. Occasionally, but definitely not all the time. Here's another what if. This is, I believe, has some demand to this one. This is number 27. The X-Men ask, what if Phoenix had not died? And definitely some wear. See spine ticks up there by Storm's head in the square box and so forth. Jerry Bingham doing the pencils, John Stewart doing the inking, Mary Jo Duffy is the writer. And it's time once again to clear these off. Looks like we're about halfway through the box. If anybody needs to take a break, pause the video. I understand. DC Comics presents number 71, Superman and Bizarro from 1984. Got a normal Joker, because it's Bizarro World. Crazy man. Or not crazy man. Kurt Swan doing the pencils, David Hunt doing the inks. Where have I heard that name before? Huh. Early David Hunt work, probably. Cool. Here's a square bound 80-page giant DC Cybernetic Summer. 10 towel twisting tales of technology. Caution, keep robots away from water. And you can see that the Jeep there is made up of the Metal Men. Something I didn't notice the first couple times I looked at the cover. So nice and square bound. Feels like it was. Excuse me, yawning. Feels like it was read once, probably. A Batman story, Wonder Woman, Red Tornado, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, The Flash, Superboy and the Legion, Midnighter and Apollo, Harley Quinn, and Cyborgman. I don't know who Cyborgman is. Robot Man and Cyborg Superman and Cyborg Superman. No, I get it. Cyborg Superman and Cyborg Superman in the same story. So a lot of characters crammed in here. Oh, and look, they really do have the Metal Men as a Jeep in here. Weird. Here's Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 119. How's that for a reflection cover? Cool one. Although that face is kind of creeping me out. Is that supposed to be Two-Face? Because that's pretty bizarre for him. Is it? Maybe it's Clayface. Oh, got Penguin in there and Two Face, so maybe it is Two Face. Yeah, I guess it is. Nice tie. Master Kung Fu number 54. Nice. Did see a little bit of a ding up here at the top. And the usual fantastic art in these. This one's by Jim Craig and John Tartag. Here is 118, double size spectacular. Quite a bit of wear on the spine there, a couple spine ticks. Fold over on the back. And a little bit of a spine roll. Not very much, just a hint of one. We got the Mighty Crusaders, number 2, Shield, Fly, Black Hood, Comet, Web, Fly Girl, and Jaguar. The all-new adventures of the Mighty Crusaders from Red Circle Comics Group, otherwise known as Archie Comics. Got a Rich Buckler and Frank Giacoya cover. And on the back, you have the Malevolent Legion of Juggernauts. Captain Flag, Hangman, Steel Sterling, Fox, Blackjack, Firefly, and Bob Phantom. So you got the wraparound cover going on. It's kind of too bad Archie could never break out of their Archie mold. They tried quite a few times and just couldn't quite manage to do it. Machine Man, number 12. If I don't stop looking through these books, we ain't ever going to get anywhere. Here's Call the Destroyer, number 15, 25 center. 1974, Wings of the Night Beast by Mike Plug and Ernie Chan. Written by Steve Englehart. Featuring characters created by Robert E. Howard, the creator of Conan. He's definitely got foxing in this book. Corner's just barely holding on there. That's probably going to fall off by the time you get it. It is all there. Because I check them for completeness when they come in. Justice League of America 178. This one's kind of worn, but great throwback chest cover there. Definitely got some spine roll, spine ticks. But it's so cool. Here's Skull the Slayer, number 70. This is a 30 center from Marvel. Death strikes in a world that time forgot in the Dungeon of Blood. Next up, Adventure Comics 35 Center, number 458, featuring Superboy. They're going to send him to the Phantom Zone forever. Or what he did. Talk about getting a timeout. And, ooh, here's a nice one. World's Finest, number 243, 30 Center. Definitely some wear on there, but what a great book. (1970s) excuse me, 1977. That one's from. Need some water. Hold on a second. All right, gonna power through. We got Giant Size Marvel Triple Action #1, Square Bound. A little bit of a spine split, just a tiny spine split at the bottom. Otherwise, pretty much intact for an old Square Bound. Doctor Strange, Daredevil, Avengers. Unfortunately, it's got this chunk missing out of the corner. So that's kind of a bummer for some folks. Got a little chipping up here at the top. Reprints Daredevil 20. Avengers 31. Nice. Beowulf #4. Dragon Slayer. Beowulf meets Dracula? Hold up. 1975. Beowulf meets Dracula. Valley in the Shadow of Death. Got a little crease up in here that runs through the top a little bit through most of the book. Hercules Unbound #7. Battling the master of the Loch Ness Monster. He's the most sensational superhero of all. By Rich Buckler and Wally Wood. At least on the cover. Quite a few spine ticks in there, but yeah. Written by David Michelinie. Walt Simonson and Wally Wood are the artists. Cool. I don't recall Wally Wood doing any DC work other than maybe for like Plop or something like that. But cool. Beowulf #6. Half man, half beast. All killer the Minotaur. (1975). Or is that a 6? 1976. Here is #3. So we got, where's the other one? 6, 4, now 3, and I see another one in the box. And Z can't help. Nobody can help Beowulf as he prattles the serpent of Satan. Wow, that's a nice clean back cover. Mm. Ricardo Villamonte doing the artist on this one. Nice. And here is another one. This is number 2. Slave Maid of Satan. Ricardo Villamonte doing the art in this as well. Nice work. Nice work, Ricardo. Here's an Aquaman, and for some reason, I never opened this one because it's still got tape on it. That's odd. So I'm just gonna flip through this one and check the page count because for some reason I apparently never checked this one. Probably would have taken the tape off. It does have a few little tiny spine ticks through here, but it's really nice. Number 60, 35 center. Your machines may rot the seas, scavenger, but I swear you won't live to hurt another one of my people. Extra, the end of Mara's quest. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 34, 36. All there. It does have a bend. There's a kind of a crease here on the front, and it kind of bends that entire corner. I could see the bend on the pages as I was going through it. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, number 5. Dark Horse. This isn't the trade paperbacks that were later done with Disney. This is that reprinted these. This is the original. Star Trek number 11 from Marvel Comics. Joe Brzezowski and Tom Palmer doing the art. Not familiar with Joe, but it looks like he did a good job. Paul Chadwick's Concrete Strange Armor, number 1 of 5. This one's got a little bent corner issues going on up here. Concrete was a great series, but it's a kind of a hard series to follow because it kept going in and out of Dark Horse Presents, and they had miniseries. They didn't really have that much of an ongoing title per se. You can see this down here, whatever's going on there. And that does carry over into the pages of the book. But it was so well written, really adult title. Not because of content, but because of the themes that it explored, and just very well done. Here is Concrete, Mountain with a Steel Heart, number 3. Oh, they did have an ongoing title. This is Concrete number 3. And it's in black and white. So, yeah, you see, it's so confusing, I don't even know what the order is or anything like that. So, makes it hard to collect. And I hope there's not a whole bunch of these that I didn't go through. I thought I went through all of these. Must have missed a box. Got Captain Victory and the Galactic Rangers Collector's Edition number 1. I believe that's just the number 1. I don't think there's any difference. I think they just labeled it a Collector's Edition because it was a number 1. I love the Jack Kirby artwork in these, and I am not a big Jack Kirby fan as far as his more modern art styles, but something about this really makes sense to me. It seems to fit the story really well, and he's just every page is so dynamic on these. Instead of following the kind of traditional page layout like this throughout the book, it's filled with splash pages and double spreads and so on and so forth. It's just really kind of got almost a cinematic feel to it. Very cool stuff. And here is number 7. Again, I hadn't checked this one for some reason. I don't know why I would have done that. But I've been doing a lot of stupid things lately. Oh, look at that back cover. That's great. If you're a Jack Kirby fan, you definitely need to be checking these out. Number 7. And if you haven't before, of course. Here is number 3. Yeah, almost had a tape snag there. I caught it just in time. Neil Adams doing a Miss Mystic backup feature in this one. So not only do you have Jack Kirby goodness, you got Neil Adams goodness. Oh my goodness. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, Neil Adams Miss Mystic coming in 1982. So is this the first appearance of Miss Mystic? Perhaps. I don't know. I always thought Miss Mystic number 1 was the first appearance of Miss Mystic. Where's that Overstreet price guide? Let's see if it says. Captain Victory and the Galactic Rangers. Does not mention Miss Mystic at all. Oh, that's the one from Dynamite. Wait, there was several series. Number 3, Neil Adams art. Does not say anything about Ms. Mystic. You're right. Well, moving on, we've got another one that's taped shut. What was I doing? Infinity Inc. number 44. That's kind of a weird cover. And Infinity Inc. 41. I think that's the same issue I showed earlier. When I get done, I'll be alphabetizing these so that I can, when people claim them, I can grab them easier. So if there are 2 issues, I'll be sure to grab the uh, one that's in the best shape for whoever claims first. And yet another Infinity ink. I do remember getting a bunch of Infinity inks, and I think I kept like 2 of them because I needed those issues. But this is in nice shape. Um, it's just funny that I either left the tapes on the bags or never bothered to open them. Or maybe because they were newer ones, I knew I didn't need to do a page count, so I just left them in there. Maybe that's what it was. Although I should have checked the Captain Victories at least. But I don't know. It's weird that I did that. It's unusual. It's unusual. Infinity Ink number 11 revealed at last the secret behind Infinity's origin. Another beautiful copy. And you got the 7 Soldiers of Victory in there. Nice. And then there's Zot, number 5. Enter Deco. Dang, I feel hypnotized just looking at that cover. Looks like a demented Statue of Liberty. Number 3, Zot by Scott McCloud. This series definitely has its fans. It's supposed to be pretty darn good. I've never read any of it. There is some wear and kind of dirt rub on the back there towards the spine. And here's one, Atari Force, number 12. Oops. This was a great series. A lot of fun. And here's another Infinity. A couple more of those coming up, it looks like. Infinity Ink 43. Beware the Eye of Ra. And here's another one, number 8. Now, I did read the first 10 or 12 issues of Infinity Ink back when they were coming out. A few years, I think, after they came out, I got them in a mail order. And I just love that series. It tied in nicely with All Star Squadron and the whole history that I was reading in All Star Squadron, and just very well done. Nice pin up of Power Girl back there. The real Power Girl, Karen Starr. Captain Victory and the Galactica Rangers, number 5. Read it. Someday you may have to live it. Our backs to the wall in defense of our galaxy. This one's got kind of a bend to it in there a little bit, but nothing that can't be straightened out. I don't think you even need a press for that one. You just put it between 2 comic boxes for a while. Get the lettering on the credits. Fancy. Uh, he got so fancy I can't read his name that did the lettering. Follow the Goozle Bobber. Follow the Goozle Bobber. Who loves you, baby? The answer is nobody over the age of 12. This type of galactic flotsam has been known to be shunned even by the jetsam floating about the cosmos. He's not really bad, but he can aggravate a variety of species into ulcerhood. He'll make you laugh, cry, itch, and pry at your pimples. Follow the Goozer Bobber in each issue. What the heck is that? Oh my goodness. Here's special number one, the Space Musketeers. All right, a little bit of corner damage up here at the top. Got crushed a little bit. And then all this whiteness down here, that's actually part of the art. That's not wear or anything like that. That's supposed to look like that. I don't know why it's supposed to look like that, but it is. I guess because it's supposed to look like it's a painting or something. Not sure. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, you can see the damage on the back on that top corner as well, where it got crushed. Crushed. It's crushed. Thieves and Kings number 3 from iBox Publishing. This looks like a fun series. I've never gotten into it. I think I only own one issue. But it looks like, well, it's got a blank back cover. But it looks like fun. It's 1980s black and white stuff, and it doesn't usually have this much prose in it. There we go. Kind of a simple drawing style, but it looks to me my kind of a story, kind of a fantasy type thing going on. Here is number 5. Great cover on this one. And I think these are a little thinner than the traditional comic. I think you still get as many pages, but because they didn't have advertising, they didn't have as many printed pages. You get just as many story pages, is what I mean to say. Yeah, there's only 28 pages counting the covers there instead of the usual 36. But if you took out the advertising of a 36 pager, you'd end up even less story than 28. So here's a really thick issue, Tarzan from Malibu Comics, Jungle Tales by Walter Simonson and Matt Wagner. First issue, 64 pages. Looks to be in pretty good shape. Got kind of a flip cover going on there. Number 1 of 3, it says on this side. Love Lies in the Lost City. So this is a flip book. Tarzan Love Lies in the Lost City, number 1 of 3, 1992. And on this side, you have Tarzan Love Lies in the Lost City, number 1. I'm confused. Why does it say Jungle Tales of Tarzan on the front? All right. Oh, it's a flip book anyway. Titling is weird on it, but tis what it is. From AC Comics, the Weird Adventures of Shade special, Voodoo Night. number one. Black and white goodness. And here's Prince Valiant Monthly, number 6. Also starring Johnny Hazard and Rip Kirby. This is square-bound. It is comic strip reprints from the newspapers from a company that specialized in those. This one is from 1989, published by Pioneer. And you can see the Prince Valiant pages here. And not sure why they have these square boxes up here. I guess it was the Prince Valiant logo, and for some reason that's missing from page to page. And they just have it on the first one. And then you got some Rip Kirby. And Johnny Hazard. Good stuff. And then we also have the official Prince Valiant from the same company. This is number 17, just done a little bit differently, with the panels blown up and so forth. And here's another issue of Zot. This is number 1. Maybe I'll read this before I send it off to somebody. Although if I do, I might decide to keep all of them if I like it. Well, there's your chance to get started with Zot. If you want the number 1, there it is. Scratch number 2. These are enjoyable as well. I used to have a couple of issues of these back in the day, I believe, when I finally was able to get to a comic shop. This is one of the series I discovered therein. And the art was just like, oh, this is cool. And this I don't know anything about. The Traveler's Locust versus the Martian Saucers Sorcery Suspense. It's number 15 from a company called Kenzer and Company. And it looks like it's an anthology, I believe. Got a lot of saucers in the sky throughout that there at the top. And it looks to be in really nice condition. But I never heard of this one. Don't know nothing about it. It's perhaps based on a game or something. Just the way the ads are presented. Oh, I guess it's one series in there. Or one story, I guess. And it's got a thing listing back issues. And yeah, it's actually got some kind of crossover with Knights of the Dinner Table on here. So it's something along those lines of Knights of the Dinner Table. So it's got something to do with gaming, probably. Here is another one that's still stuck in the bag with tape on it. It's making me mad at myself. The Mighty Crusaders, number 1 from Red Circle Comics Group. Rich Buckler cover. Great cover by the Buckler. And there's a back. That's cool. Interesting concept for a back cover. I don't know if those are panels from the story or just randomness. Doesn't look like story panels that would be in here. This is cool. Good stuff. And then there's an Airboy. Also still sealed into plastic. This is number 37. These look fantastic. Written by Chuck Dixon. Really, really want to get into this series, but they keep getting bought. That's okay. That is okay. I gotta sell stuff. And it gives me something to look forward to. Next up is The Adventures of Captain Jack from Fantagraphics Books. These are supposed to be for mature readers. It's basically funny animal comics that deal with adult situations, I believe. Hopefully it's funny because I've been slowly collecting them. Don't really know. There is a corner that got banged around up here at the top. As far as I can tell, that's the only thing that's wrong with this one. It's in really nice shape otherwise. You can see that on the back as well. We have The Spirit, The New Adventures from Kitchen Sink, number 8. All new Fishful issue detective story by Joe Lansdale, John Lucas. Cover by Mark Nelson. This was an anthology series written by different, creators based on Will Eisner's characters. So I imagine the quality varies from creator to creator. I haven't really actually checked it out too much. And here is The Spirit from DC Comics. This is number 10, 2007, by Darwin Cook, Jay Bone, and Dave Stewart. And I gotta say, this is a fantastic cover. I really like this cover. This is cool. Very film noirish and just nice. I haven't read any of this run either, so I'm not too familiar with it. It's drawn a little cartoony for my taste, but that doesn't mean it's not good. So, and that's a fantastic cover. And we have some more Airboy. This is number 24. The Heap is back. So that's a reflection cover. You can see Airboy reflected in the Heap's eyeballs. And here is another one, number 23. Arctic Death Zone. And Vilma, if you're watching, I know you bought all those Airboys from me. And I know it wasn't a complete set. But there was a lot of the issues there. So if you need any of these, please let me know. That's number 23. If I was a hustler, I would have wrote down which ones weren't there and then known which ones you needed. But I never think of those things until later. Here's number 7, back when it was a 50-cent bi-weekly, before it finally went to monthly later in the series. And of course, these were much thinner, only about half the amount of pages of a normal book. And here is Dan Dare. Great cover. This is from Titan Comics. And I believe Dan Dare was a uh, European comic strip. Um, I think that's what I read when I tried looking it up. This is based on uh, some kind of comic strip that was printed, I believe, for many years in Europe. That's pretty much all I know about it. Other than that's a great cover. All right, moving on. We got Tom Corbett's Space Cadet, number 2. You Space Cadet. You ain't nothing but a Space Cadet. Why, thank you. From Eternity. And once again, gotta get these out of the way to make room for more. Because we got more. We got more. We got The Adventurers, number 10. Nice copy, too. I don't see any spine ticks on there. And we showed you what the Adventurers art looked like before. As the there's some little denting going on the back, though. Yeah, there is some spine ticks up here at the very top where that got bent. Bummer. Looks really nice. And the art just got better as it went, man. It's really good. All right. Flash, number 347. The trial concludes, finally. Ladies and the gentlemen of the jury. Captain Carrot and his amazing zoo crew meet a Teen Titan in this very issue. Of course, it is only the changeling, but what the heck, you can't have everything. All this plus Gorilla Grodd, too. And then there was the Fury of Firestorm Annual number 1 from 1983. The Fury of Firestorm number 3. Oh, this one's got a bad spine roll. But staples look like they're in the right place. How is that possible? Huh. Well, that's weird. Oh well. I don't know how to explain that. Staples are on the spine, but you got that big gap on the back half of the book. Maybe it got cut wrong. There is a little bit of a rollover there on the back, I guess. look like it's that much, but it might be. I guess it is there. Here's number 4 with Justice League of America. Both of these are a little beat. Marvel Age number 17. This one's got water damage, but I'm showing it anyway because it's got Muppet Babies. The Muppets come to Marvel. Oh, that's not Muppet Babies. That's just the Muppets. For some reason, I was assuming that was Muppet Babies because I knew there was a Muppet Babies series that Star did. But they're talking about the Muppets, not Muppet Babies. What's going on? But anyway, you can see water damage throughout the book. It needs a good press. You can see staining on the cover. And the Muppets Take Manhattan. Ah, there was a super special of the Muppets. Okay, yeah, I kind of remember that. But yeah, you can see definitely staining and stuff on there. But I thought it was cool because it's got the Muppets on there. It'll probably just end up going into my collection. That's okay. Marvel Age number 7. It's an early one. I don't usually pick up the Marvel Ages unless there's something special about it, like it's a Christmas issue or it's got the Muppets on the cover. This one's not in the greatest shape either. Or, like, if it's the first 10 issues, I'll go ahead and pick it up. But the Map of the Marvel Bullpen. That's kind of cool. All right, Normal Man, number 4 from Aardvark. Crisis on Earth Twinkie by Jim Valentino. Not too bad. It does have that slight curve going on towards the spine there, but that can be fixed. And The Masked Man, number 1, now in his own book from Eclipse Comics. Goodness. Bo Boyer. And another Normal Man. The excruciatingly average Normal Man. Number 2. This is your finished Normal Man. You can't escape me now. Guest starring none other than that ever-loving, front-facing Captain Everything. Well, just wait till you see this must-have double-bag collector's item issue. I don't write them, folks. I just read what's there. Looks like a fun series. And what's this? Another Captain Victory. This is number 2. Feel some wear on the back, however. You can see where this one got mushed up a little bit in the corner as well. Must have got these from somebody who just threw them in the box. They do that sometimes. Those whatnot weasels. I shouldn't say that. There's some good people on whatnot. There's also a lot of weasels. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell the difference. Man from Atlantis, number 3, starring Patrick Duffy. This was a TV series for those who don't know. There's a rip down here. And it's another Captain Victory. This is number 12. So somebody could score quite a few Captain Victories this sale if they were so inclined. And just judging by the art, I would definitely advise you to do so. This one, An Eye for an Eye by Bruce Jones and Kent Willens. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Great, great art. Wow. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, The Wild Ones, number 2 of 3. Okay, yeah, there's dinosaurs on there. I can see them in the background, flying through the air. Johnny Quest, number 8 from Comico. I keep hearing more and more people pronounce this Kamiko. That is not correct. I'm sorry. It is Comico. And I don't know where that got started, but that's insane. Insanity. Internet insanity. Marvel Fanfare number 5. Doctor Strange. And Clea. Wraparound cover. Captain America story in the back. Or possibly U.S. agent. Or both. Hard to say. Oh, hit another Airboy pocket. All right. This one, not sure what's going on with this one. It looks like it's in decent shape, but look at the staple has been bent somehow. So it's kind of weird. Dave Stevens ad on the back. That one's number 8. This one is number 16. I believe that's Skywolf on the cover, but I can't swear to it because I'm not that familiar with this stuff. Another Airboy is number 17. These are all about in the same condition. They're in nice condition. They may have a spine tick or two, but I'm just going to kind of show the covers and move on these. I feel like we're taking too long. And we still got a good chunk to get through here. So here is number 2. So no, it was number 1, wasn't it? Never mind. I was going to say we had 1 and 2 in here, but that's not true. It's not true. Unless, we could have number 1 in here for all I know, but but that's it. And neither is this. This is number 22. Always like a good snowmobile cover. Reminds me of my childhood. Riding around on snowmobiles, gunning down Nazis. No. Airboy number 3, the heap. Enter the heap. Here is number 18, another cool cover. I imagine that's the heap with the all the war views in his eyeballs and mouth. And here we have something a little bit different. The Alamo, the comic book. And this is in really nice shape. It is in pretty much mint condition. There's no spine ticks on it. And this feels like something that was made to be sold at the Alamo. It's basically kind of a storybook that tells the history of the Alamo rather than a comic book. But there's no word balloons, just text boxes. So, but it still looks pretty cool. The art's decent in it. Got a map. Jim Bowie's room. Even shows you where the latrines were. Okay. Everybody needed to know that. I guess you did if you were there. Anyway. Here's the Adventures of Captain Jack again. This is number 4. And I know some of these don't have mature labels on them, but I do know that other ones do. So, not sure. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I saw them turning the page in the comic and thought there was something wrong, but it's just the artwork is like that. They do that kind of stuff. So, looks like a very nice copy. And here's a more modern Airboy. This is Airboy Deadeye from Antarctic Press, number 4, but still written by Chuck Dixon. It's in black and white. They do credit Charles Biro and Dick Wood and Al Kamey as creating the character way back in the 30s or 40s, wherever he started, back in Air Fighters comics. A long time ago. And another Captain Victory. This is number 3. Oh, that's the same one with Miss Mystic. Back up. Yeah, that's the same one with Miss Mystic. So there's 2 of those. Again, if somebody claims it, I will make sure they get the better one. Because once I alphabetize everything, they'll be in order. Right next to each other. Batman 66, number 17. Nice. No spine ticks. Very nice copy. Adventure Comics presents Dial H for Hero, number 484. Had this one when I was a kid. Discovering that I liked skin-tight clothing on the ladies. I especially remember this cover for some reason. I don't know why. Is it a George Perez cover? It's got kind of that look to it. I don't know. I thought there was a signature in the garbage can there, but I don't see it. That's got to be Perez. It looks an awful lot like Perez, but I don't see his signature anywhere. This would have been around the time he was doing covers for things like this too. Number 484, 1981. Pretty nice copy. No spine ticks in there. But I'm pretty sure that's George Perez. I'm not going to take the time to look at it because I want to get done with the show here, but pretty sure that sure looks like him. You can tell with the rock work and the line work. There it is. There's his signature. Yep, George Perez. It's hidden on the box right there. Daring New Adventures of Supergirl, number 7. This one's a little beat. got a rip up here, and it's just kind of generally worn. It looks like it's faded, but I think that's on purpose because she's on a view screen. The rest of it doesn't look faded, so I don't believe that it's actually faded. But it's a little rough shape. It does have some tanning going along on the back here a little bit, just a light one. Supergirl movie coming soon. Aztec Ace number 9. Now this is a series that I thought I wanted to collect. The art is pretty impressive in it, but when I realized it was uh, based on the Aztecs and all that kind of stuff, I kind of lost interest a little bit because I've never really found any of that uh, kind of stuff interesting, all that interesting. But hey, maybe that would be the exception. What the number one? What the? This one's pretty beat, but still, it is number one of what the. Very cool. They can't go fight because they're on their break. Union rules, don't you know? But definitely damage on that back page. Look at there. So I could probably press this, and the inside pages look fine. Wonder what this is supposedly worth. I bet it's worth a little bit. Not in that condition, but oh no, only $6 in mint condition. So I guess not. Gru the Wanderer, number 6 from the Marvel run. Another one of those where I don't usually pick them all up. I just kind of concentrate on the earlier issues that are a little harder to find. There was an awful lot of issues of Gru. Amazing High Adventure number 4. These don't come up very often. These look very nice. Thicker anthology book from Epic. But they weren't really using the Epic logo anymore. John Bolton, John Severin, Steve Bissett, Bill Matlow. Some great creators on these. You can see the artwork is fantastic. And they would do westerns and other things. Free comic book day, Pink Panther, the mighty Panther. Panther, get it? Panther. Anybody? Pink Panther is usually fun. I don't know if these are reprints or new stuff. But some of both it looks like. It's got one story it says was originally published in number 3 of 1994. So it wouldn't have been classic like Gold Key Pink Panther. It would have been something else. But there's actually a story with him as the mighty Thor, Panther. So cool stuff. World's Finest, number 296, Superman and Batman. Batman fights alone against the world-shaking menace of the Pantheon. Got some stuff going on down here. Superman number 329, another 44 pager, 50-cent issue. More pages, more action, more rolled spine. Oh, Superman and Lois making out in bed there, bud. Oh, that's probably might be Mr. and Mrs. Superman. Yeah, that's the Earth 2 Superman. Mr. and Mrs. Superman. They were married. It was okay. Omega the Unknown, number 10, 30 center from Marvel Comics. Firestar, number 3 from Marvel. Great Arthur Adams cover. Introducing Firestar into the Marvel Universe. If I remember correctly. Ooh, nice white pages. Nice. The Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, number 12 from Ripoff Press. Really nice condition on this. I think there's like 4 or 5 printings of this. I could not find anything identifying this as like a later printing, so I believe it's the first printing. I also don't know if there's anything on them to identify them. So it is what it is. Miss America Comics, number 1. Marvel did some of these one-shots as celebrating their 70 years under this Timely Comics logo. And this is one of those. Basically publishing some one-shots under their old titles. So this reprints The Wizard from All Winners Comics number 9. Also from number 10 and 11. So I don't know if the Miss America character is actually in here. I guess in the original artwork. And there's the preprints. So yeah, that was fun little series of one shots that they did. Dinosaurs for Hire, number 1, politically incorrect action on every single page. It's great to be in full color. Shut up and help me reload. And got a flip cover. Tom Mason's a Little Dinosaurs for Hire. Here, giddy. Fancy feast. This issue, My Kitten, My Enemy. And they actually have a story in there. Okay. So it's a flip book, at least for a couple pages. And oh my, maybe we don't want to show that. Gotta buy it to see it. Daredevil, number 185, 60-cent cover. Not much of a rolled spine, just badly cut. Staples are where they should be, but you got that white strip along there like it looks like a rolled spine. And then on the back, sorry, let me do that scan better. On the back, you've got this extra black strip because of the miscut. So just a little off-centered. What else you got, Rob? We have the Destructor, number 3 from Atlas Comics. The Huntress has won. She's defeated the Destructor. Now nothing can stop us. The city will be ours. Look at him. Look and see. A Destructor no more. I don't know. He's not down and out yet. He's still getting up. Another one of those little corner blunted things going on up here. Not as bad as some of them. The Alice comics are fun. And here's the Destructor number 4. This one's got a big crease going through it over here. I don't know how well you can see that. Oh, yeah, you can see it there. So the spine looks pretty good, but there's this big crease going through here. Almost going through the whole book. So, a little fold over down here just a little bit. It is still there. Doesn't want to flip back, though. There it goes. Artist by Steve Ditko. Gary Conway did the writing. Al Milgrom doing the inking. Great stuff. Gunhawks, number 1 from Marvel. Celebrating Marvel's 80th year. 2019. So here's the thing. Royal Roy, A Prince of a Boy, number 2. Royal Roy, A Prince of a Boy, number 4. Oh, they even copied Made of Money. Wow. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, number 10. It's another one of those that probably should be in the $2 box. But as long as it's in here, maybe somebody will get it. Oh, at number 9. And if I'm not mistaken, there's number 8. So this was billed to me as a complete story in those 3 issues. So could be good. Spire Christian Comics, In the Presence of Mine Enemies. Quite a few spine ticks in this one, so a little rough shape, but it takes some work to put all these titles together, to even know what titles there are to put together, actually. And Born Again, Chuck Colson, Born Again, now a major motion picture. Really? I don't think so, but okay. And this was from Barbura Christian Comics, so they reprinted the Spire Christian titles later. And basically, I believe they're all the same. I don't believe there's any difference other than the price and the publisher. Here's one of the ones they did, God Smuggler. And that one's got a price sticker on it, 89 cents. Somebody marked it up. Kind of beat up. And here's another one, Tom Skinner, Up from Harlem. This is actually probably the one that's in the best shape of these this time around. Oh, and I found some more Marvel Doctor Who's, just a couple of them. This is number 7. back when Tom Baker was the Doctor, I believe. This is number 5, Doctor Who Meets the Time Witch. I had a sandwich for lunch. Oh man, I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that one. My apologies. Justice League International Annual number 2. Haven't seen this one for a while. Used to have several copies of this. They're all gone. Now here's another one. The Joker cover. Got a few spine ticks in it, but most of us don't care. We just want to read them and love them. Another Marvel fanfare. This is 25. Um, I forget what this series was called when it first came out in the magazines. But anyway, there's a follow-up story in here. Iron Man, Captain Universe. Superman, number 366, 60-cent cover. He's changing himself into an alien. Plus Perry White's Superboy scoop. This one definitely could use a press. It's kind of just really, look at that. It's just crazy. Yeah. Not water damage, it's just bit really badly somehow. Even the slick tune time insert has that mark going all the way through it. Aztec Ace number 1, special 52 page first issue. So here it is, your chance. Get in on the beginning of Aztec Ace. Look at that gator. Aztec Ace number 3. Yeah, I just never really got into the Egyptian and Aztec mythologies too much. The Aztecs a little bit, because they say they disappeared and all that kind of stuff. That's the interesting part to me. But the Egyptian stuff I've never really gotten into. Here's Tarzan 258, 3 center. Wally the Wizard, number 7. Could this stone really have magical powers? This looks like it might have got wet at the top at one point in time. If nothing else, it's definitely tanned. I don't see any staining really. Maybe a little. It's hard to tell on the black. It's very unnoticeable if it is. Tarzan 227 from DC. It's got a Yeti cover or something going on there. Maybe it's just a white ape or something. But this one's kind of beat. Got a lot of spine ticks of wear at the top there. And I think I need to move these off one more time. This should be the last time but we still have about that many to go through, I think. Here's Tarzan number 6 from Marvel. Everybody had a Tarzan series one time or another, seemed like. And why not? He is a classic character. Here's a fun series, The Adventures of Spencer Spook by Ace Comics. This is number 3. Spencer Spook, I believe, was a character in the 40s. I don't remember who published him, but I think there's new stories in here, and then they also reprint some classic stuff in the back. See, Giggle Comics, I believe that was American comics group, but I can't swear to it without looking it up. So yeah, they got some old reprints and a new story in the front. So kind of cool. War of the Gods number 2 collector's edition with free mini posters inside. George Perez goodness once again. Everybody's favorite superhero artist, pretty much, for good reason. The posters are not by him, which is kind of disappointing. But the story and layouts are by him with finish assist from other artists. They really they did this series in like 4 issues, and just it seems like they crammed it to get so much stuff in there that it rarely am I of an opinion that they should have made a series bigger, but I think the artwork would have benefited greatly by having more space to work with. Fanboy number 1 of 6. This is such a fun series. It's by Mark Evanier and Sergio. Got other comic artists guesting to fill in certain things because it's basically humor characters in the DC universe. So you got Jerry Ordway, Bernie Wrightson, Matt Haley, and Tom Simons doing art in here as well. And just a fun series. I haven't put this whole thing together yet, but I have read a couple of the issues and bits and pieces, and it's just fun. Highly recommend that. Outsiders Annual number 1, Mike Barr and Kevin Nolan painted cover. That's cool. I don't think I have this one. Not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't. I haven't really. I'm still putting Batman and the Outsiders back together, so I haven't really started on the Outsider yet. Archie. Everything's Archie. Number 98, 60 center, 1981. Foil cover wraparound Generation X number 1. Before foil covers became all the rage. This was, I don't know how many foil covers they really did back then, but this was a cool one. And this is a really nice condition. This was a fun series. I used to pick up this series. It came out when I was into the X-Men, and I did pick up Generation X for quite a while. Took me a little bit to get used to the art style, but the stories were good. The characters were interesting. Donald Duck, number 275. He wants to be a cowboy. I want to be a cowboy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Little Dot, 12 center, number 107. She loves getting hit by those dot shaped hailstones because she's weird. The weirdest Harvey character of all, Little Dot. Wendy, the Good Little Witch. Wendy and the Campfire Bluebirds stories. So this is number 83. It's very worn, got some creases in it. But it says it's the first issue collector's item. But it's number 83. Collect them all. I'm guessing that means it's the first issue of Wendy with the Campfire Bluebirds, but it's weird. It's misleading advertising to children. How dare they? And here's Wendy the Good Little Witch, number 91, still only 25 cents. The Invisimen arrive and the enchanted forest goes wild. Sounds like another drug-induced issue. So yeah, this one's got some wear to it, especially at the bottom. You can see a spine split down here. And there's some roughness going down on this other corner as well. But it's all there, and I do not come across Wendy's hardly ever. So it was a fun finding these because there's 3 or 4 of them here. This is number 51, back when it was only 12 cents. Gotta stop and pay those tolls, people. Quite a good size rip down here. And I had a good big tape snag up here. But it is complete, still cut till attached. And like I said, I just don't find Wendy's very often. Here's number 69, 15th center. Got Casper on the cover playing golf. It's a golf cover. And some writing up there. I don't think that'll come off, but we'll try. We'll give it the old Harvey try. Oh, it is going to come off, I think. Not all of it, some of it. It's lightening it up. But I don't think it's going to come all the way off. A little spot of something down here, too. Yeah. Still there, but not as dark. I don't know what that kid's planning. What else we got? Oh, it's another Wendy. Got more of those than I thought. One, two, oh no, that's his 4th one. Okay. Just counting the Little Dot. Number 90, 25 center. The thief of Baghdad stole more than Wendy's broom. Well, that's suggestive. You can be a happy, prosperous grit salesman. a bit of staining on this cover or something. Here's Jonah Hex. It's kind of beat up, but it is number 50. And somebody wrote a 25 in there. Got a rolled spine. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Got a subscription crease. And it's got a wonderful story by Michael Fleischer with art by Dick Ayers and Tony DeZuniga. And here's a little bit nicer one. Jonah Hex number 30, Birth of a Bounty Hunter. Reflection cover. And Jonah Hex number 44. I'm gonna put these together. I should have done that with the Wendy's as well. It just makes it easier when I'm alphabetizing after the show. And it's another reflection cover. This one is by Joe Kubert. Actually, oh, that one wasn't by Joe Kubert. Okay, this one's by Joe Kubert. This one looks to be in pretty decent shape. Showdown of the Century. And here is number 20. You could be a winner in the second Superman movie contest. A lot of spine ticks on this one. And excuse me, because we're going to speed up a little bit. Swamp Thing from 2005. This is number 13 of the Vertigo series. Cool cover. Not sure, how the story is, but they do have the artwork inside does not live up to the cover whatsoever. And it is Swamp Thing Vertigo, so it is suggested for mature readers. Tarzan from DC. This is number 211, Land of the Giants. Another Joe Kubert cover there. Goodness. And some chipping going on that edge. Tear at the top. And crocodiles. Z, The Mask of Zorro, number 2 movie scene gallery inside, based on the blockbuster film from Image Comics. Where are the movie images? Oh, there they are. Lost in Space, Strangers Among Strangers from Innovation. Beyond the classic television series, an all-new adventure written by Will Robinson. And it's square bound. And it's a thickie. Great drawings on the back of the cast of the TV show. Do not go gently into that good night. Do not, I say. And what's up, Doc? We got Lost Planet number 5 of 6 from Eclipse. This, again, one of those series that it looks really good. And I just don't know enough about it to make a judgment call. But the art is fantastic on it. Very well done. Got a little bit of a bend up here that's got smashed or something. Other than that, looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm thinking that I got a box in where they just threw them in the box or something, because got an awful lot of those that have that damage in that same spot. We got Normal Man number 7. Who killed Sergeant Fluffy this time? Who killed Sergeant Fluffy this time? Was it you? Was it I? It was the writer, I believe. Here is Superman number 288. The Amazing World of Superman. 25 center. Filled with spine ticks. And a big crease going through here. And a tear over here. And it is from 1975. And here is Z, the Mask of Zorro, number 4. So I was thinking it was a 2-part series, and I had 1 and 2, but apparently that's not true. Nice cover. Don't see very many photo covers nowadays. Here's a Superman. It's still in the bag. Number 359 got somewhere. Got looks like a subscription crease that was running through it. Some spine ticks. Excuse me. Been raining outside. I think it's getting kind of cold. Feels colder in the house, even though it's air conditioning. Written by Carrie Bates. Dick Tracy in 3D from Blackthorn Publishing. This is number 1, and it comes without 3D glasses. Really nice shape. Little bit of rub edge right on the very edge, but that's about it. Conjurers, number 1 of 3 from Elseworlds. I bought this mainly because it said Conjurers, and when I realized it was a DC book, I was like, oh, okay, because it's got Phantom Stranger in there. Didn't realize it was an Elseworlds story until I actually had it in my hands. It's number 1 of 3, written by Chuck Dixon and Eduardo Barreto. So that's pretty cool. Nice art. So that's the only issue I've got, but there it is. Fish Wrap presents The Fish Police, number 5. Again, you got that corner damage. It's just been blunted somehow. Here is Fish Police number 1 from Marvel Comics, as seen on TV. Getting free stuff from the Kool-Aid Wacky Warehouse is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Drink, save, send it in. I don't remember that at all. Probably wasn't drinking Kool-Aid anymore by then. Here's Fish Police number 4 from Fish Wrap Production. So some more black and white stuff. Final Hairball. What? Do fish get hairballs? The Futurians by Dave Cockrum, number 1. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you don't, you've probably never heard of them. A little bit of wear up here. Good stuff. Another Fish Police, another Marvel issue, number 4. Final Hairball. Wait, what? Is this the same? It is. They reprint the black and whites in color. All right. I see how you are. Lazy son of a guns. Again, you got a little bluntness or something going on this corner. Fish Police number 3. The Marvel colored edition, I guess. And a handful left here. And another Fish Police. This one's from Comico, though, number 14. Got a wraparound cover. There's a little spine wear because you can see a white strip right on the edge, like many of the comics from that era and later. Other than that, it looks pretty good. I don't really see any spine ticks itself, just that wear strip on the edge. Here is Warlord of Mars number 2 from Dynamite. Watch the hands, Rob. Watch where you're touching. I don't want to go too far into that one, although it's a Dynamite, so I should check it for variant covers, right? It's okay. It is cover B by Lucia Parillo. Joe Jusko did cover A. Cool. Spelljammer number 2 from the DCTSR line. Those are cool. I recently scored, I think, every issue, or very close to every issue of... I can't remember which series it was. It wasn't Dungeons and Dragons, and it wasn't Spelljammer. Oh well, they'll come in next week. We'll take a look at them. Starman number 74 from 2001. That's a pretty cool cover. Starman's one of those series where it went on for quite a while, so it's a little hard to put together. And people have it, keep it. It's very highly recommended. Here's Aztec Ace number 2. So I think that gives us 1, 2, and 3 in this box. If I'm remembering correctly, which it's also possible that I'm not because my mind is mush right here. Now, here's another number 2. And another number 2. So, and here's a number 3, which we already saw. So I've got number 1 and number 2 number 2s, at least 2 number 3s. Here's number 4. These are all in nice shape, or I'd be showing them. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. And number 12. So I believe we have the first 8 issues, and then possibly 1 or 2 others in this box. So that's cool. Here's The Spirit from Kitchen Sink, number 72. This is in addition to that box I showed before. This wasn't in that same box. Here's an Airboy, number 27. And last book in the box, Alien Ducklings, number 3 from Blackthorn. And I didn't know anything about Alien Ducklings, but they had an embroidered satin tour jacket for $42.50. So, that's cool. I want one for the Quacktastics. Wonder how much it costs for a satin tour jacket so that I can put an iron on it. Can you iron a satin tour jacket? Not sure. Anyway, Black and White Goodness. It is 1987. So there you have it, folks. Our return to a variety of books. And like I said, they're $3 an issue, free shipping if you get 10 or more. And you can build your stack up over time. So thanks for watching. I know it's been kind of a long show. Appreciate you hanging out. And I'm looking forward to your claims. I will see you soon. Really, I will.
Quacktastics on the scene, strutting in line. Ooh, yeah. Feathers sharp like blades, they really divine. Hey, hey. Sniffing out those comics, hunting all day. Quack, quack. Cheap thrills and chill vibes, can you dig it, baby? Ooh, yeah.